This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and looking for after those things which are coming on the earth. Of the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the sign. Then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakha, double honor star apostles at Great Millstone who will to tell us this truth. Peace and love and blessed salutations to your occupants, part of the Bahasham, Davidada house of David. All right, so as you brothers should know, Passover through the Spirit is March 13th, sundown. Okay, and it goes until the 20th. But it's mad spiritual because you're gonna have a lunar eclipse, a blood moon lunar eclipse. Okay, which is rare. Okay, and as you see right here, it says how to watch the rare blood moon lunar eclipse on March 13th through 14th, and that's mad spiritual because let's see, we always bring out these colors. All right, let's bring out these colors. What does the color see? So as you see, it says AI overview. The color red can symbolize many things, including passion, which we know we're not in the time of that. There's a time for everything. There's a time for peace and there's a time for war. Anger, danger. Okay? Anger and danger. Oh, look. It says negative associations, anger, danger, and war. Red can also be associated with anger, danger, and war. So, oh, look, sacrifice. Red is the color of blood, so it historically has been associated with sacrifice. And doesn't the Lord have a great sacrifice in Basra? You see, KJV. You know what? Let me leave that open and just start another tab. I gotta delete all these goddamn tabs. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Which today you can call the land of Idumea America. So let me see. We're in the month of March, right? Which is mad spiritual. Like I said, like I just showed you, red represents war, sacrifice, danger, anger. The anger of who? The anger of the Lord. Don't miss this rare blood moon eclipse. I'm going to read a little bit. Actually, let me see if I could pull up a tube video. I love reading, but I'll be trying to get to the point. See, look, rare event. Try to get the shorts. People be having too much time on their hands. All right, bet. Let me just get a short. And the reason why I'm bringing this out is because we're in the month of March, and these are the signs of Yahawashi that...
Did you know the next blood moon will occur on March 13th to 14th, 2025? Did you know?
That's mad spiritual. Okay, and it's been happening a lot like that on these high holy days. I remember the brother Yahawashi mentioning that a lot of Esau's hella days, all right, our high holy days have been falling, basically on their same days, which through the spirit, knocks out their BS. Okay, because everything through the spirit is aligning in the spirit. So one of the other things I wanted to bring out, all right, like I just brought out in let me see, in the scriptures, signs in heaven. Okay, and they call it a celestial event, which Yahawashi controls all of this. Okay, so one of the things I want to bring out, as this says, anger, danger, and war. Now you just had China, like it says right here, China reacting to Trump's tariffs, promised to fight to the end in trade war or any other type of war. Those are war drums. And then let me see. Hopefully it just pops up. Salakia. Bear with me. It's raining out here, so the internet is messing up. Come on, man. China issued a warning that they are ready for any type of war with the U.S. after Trump's tariffs. And like it just said, fight to the end in trade war or any other type of war, which through the spirit, we're hoping for World War III. I've had people on social media of the world saying, oh, this man, talking about Trump, this man's trying to start World War III. Well, didn't he say he was going to try to prevent it? But trying to prevent it is going to start it. And he knows that World War III is going to happen because it's prophecy. You got the dummy so-called Elder Barak of HODC talking about some World War III is not mentioned in the Bible. Well, what about Joel, the 3rd chapter, where it talks about Yahawashi coming back and to judge the heathen nations? He's going to gather them in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, Yahawashi. Okay, the valley of decision. What's the valley of decision for? Didn't the Lord say, let me get it real quick. Didn't the Lord say that he was going to plead our cause? Let me get Isaiah real quick before I start this video. Salakia. Come on, man. It's Isaiah chapter 66. Salakia. Verse. Let me see. Yeah, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Right, because like I said, when you read in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, the Lord told the heathen to gather themselves up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. I'm going to get it real quick. Joel chapter 11. Actually, let me start this and then I'm going to get it. Jake got a short attention span. Lord willing, it plays. Like I said, it's kind of raining out here, so Nah, I don't want to play. Come on, man. What am I about to say? Anyway, just in case.
From the best Arabica plants, we pick only the 1% of their beans with 0 defects to delight you with our best coffee everywhere in the world.
Let's take a closer look at the tariffs imposed by President Trump today. Last year, the United States did $2.2 trillion in trade with the countries targeted: Mexico, Canada, and China. You see the dollar amounts there. President Trump insists U.S. manufacturers will be protected because tariffs will be paid by these countries. But it's not quite that simple. The so-called importer of record, the companies responsible for importing a product, are the ones that physically pay tariffs to the federal government. They are usually U.S. companies. Here, the tariffs are collected by Customs and Border Protection at 328 ports of entry across the country. That money goes to the general fund of the U.S. government, managed by the Treasury Department. Now, what happens is when someone ships something into the U.S., say they use FedEx, for example, the shipper fills out a declaration of what it is, how much it costs, and if that product is on the list for a tariff, FedEx would collect the fee where it came in and then transfer that to the U.S. Customs on site. The whole process, much more complex and complicated than the pro-tariff crowd usually describes. Now, many companies are enrolled in an electronic payment program. They have tariff fees automatically deducted from their bank accounts, and they bring products through ports of entry. The port of Laredo, for example, in Texas, is the #1 port in the nation, with $339 billion in total trade passing through just last year. Now, much of that is with Mexico, because cars and trucks are the top U.S. import from Mexico. Let's look at an example in the automotive industry. Now, 62% of Chevrolet's Silverado parts, the parts, are made in the U.S. and Canada. General Motors, for example, has assembly plants for the Silverado in Oshawa, Canada, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Flint, Michigan, Springfield, Ohio, and in Mexico. Each time something crosses the border, including thousands of individual parts and the final vehicle, a tariff is assessed and paid by the company. Now, companies obviously can choose to absorb these tariff costs. That would lead to eating into their profits, obviously. Bigger companies can try to force suppliers to lower their prices, something smaller companies really probably can't do, or they all pass the cost on to consumers in the form of higher prices.
See, and like I said, those tariffs are going to cause a war, which he wasn't talking about shit. Salakia for that. You see, and that's why I had a backup plan. China ready warns U.S. ready for any type of war. Well, let's see if this video's better.
Join me in prayer every day on Hallow. Download it now. God bless.
China is warning it's ready for any type of war with the U.S. as President Trump's latest tariffs on Chinese imports take effect, escalating tensions between the two global powers. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jiang issued the stark message, saying if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight till the end. The heated exchange follows Trump's move to raise tariffs on Chinese goods from 10% to 20%, a decision he says is aimed at halting the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. In response, China slapped a 15% tariff on American agricultural products, calling Trump's approach bullying and a miscalculation. Trump, in his address to Congress, defended his tariffs, saying the U.S. is finally pushing back after decades of unfair trade practices by foreign nations. He also justified the measures against Mexico, Canada, and China by blaming them for failing to crack down on fentanyl trafficking. Experts warn the trade war could drive up costs for food, automobiles, and other goods. The Tax Foundation estimates the tariffs will impact $1.4 trillion in imports.
So this is going to affect everybody. Okay? This is going to affect everything, which the economy is going to collapse anyway. This is going to be a inflation thing. But I mean, Elon Musk, Rocket Man Musk said that there's going to be an economy collapse soon.
From America's top trading partners. And the pressure isn't stopping here. Trump has announced additional agricultural tariffs set to take effect April 2nd, targeting European allies and Japan. With both sides refusing to back down, the standoff between Washington and Beijing is only getting started. For more stories just like these.
So, I had something else real quick. So, like I was saying, it's bullshit, waste of time ass video. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna make this too much more longer. But this is Joel chapter 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahawah. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So we in the time of war, WW3. This is a World War III scripture. Doesn't it talk about what is World War III going to consist of? All nations fighting against one another. And that's going to usher in the midst of that, the second day view of the Lord, because the Lord is the one that's gathering the nations. According to Isaiah the 13th chapter, the Lord mustereth the host of the battle. He's the one that's stirring up all these things. So so America could beef with these nations and things can happen and war can happen, because the Lord is on his way back. And the end is here. Like I just brought out the lunar blood eclipse moon, which red represents what? Let's go back to it. Anger, danger, love. So like anger and danger. I'm going to keep with that one. There's a time for everything, like I said. Anger, danger, and war. Red can also be associated with anger, danger, and war. Now, what month are we in? We're in the month of March, which March represents what? As you see on the screen, the Roman god of war is Mars, and the month of March is named after him. And just through the spirit, Yahawashi said, think not that I'll come to send peace, but a sword. And we're in the Passover coming up next week through the spirit. That's why you see all these things going on amongst Israel. Dudes getting called out. Their dirty laundry being aired out. Because if judgment shall start, it shall start at the house of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And that's exactly what's going on. In ancient Roman religion and mythology, Mars, Latin Mars, pronounced Mars, is the god of war and also an agriculture guardian, a combination characteristic of early Rome. So we're in the month of March, which is named after who? The Roman god of war. Let me see. Look, check this out. This is mad more spiritual. March is named for Mars, the Roman god of war, because spring was the time of year that military battles resumed after the winter. So we in a time of war. We're not in a time of playing. That's why this is the Passover coming up. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith or not, because things are about to get a lot more rockier. This place is over. This man is done. Okay? There's nothing you can do. Hey, man, this Passover, everything through the spirit, a lot of things happen during the Passover. We always say this. It's been about years on years that something has always popped off. Me and the brother Ayash always said, something has always popped off, all right, after the year after the Passover has ended. And we going to stick with that, because big things are about to happen. 2025 can very well may be the time of Jacob's trouble. But with that, I'm going to say, Call La Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harachakodash. Double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone and who rule well that taught us his truth. Peace and love and blessed salutations to Yahakim, this part of the Bayashah Dawadah House of David. Shalom.